Hello everyone, welcome back to IBBI sessions. So far we have covered session number 1, 2, 3 and currently we are in session number 4C. This carries 25 questions and the first question is: land parcel in a rapidly growing area is currently used for agricultural storage. Zoning allows residential development with FAR 2.5. The most profitable use is residential apartments. Which test of Habu is decisive here? Decisive means dominant factor to decide. Habu means highest and best use. It has 4 parameters. One is legally permissible. Another one is financially feasible. Third one is physically possible and maximum productivity. So this is the correct option. Depreciation cost is 4.2 crores. Physical depreciation is 18%. Functional obsolescence is 12 lakhs. External obsolescence is 20 lakhs. What is depreciated cost? First calculate the total depreciation. Total depreciation would be how much? 18% of 4.2 crores plus 12 lakhs plus 20 lakhs. So this is the total depreciation. This value will be how much? 1.076 crores. So for getting depreciated cost, we have to deduct total depreciation from the reproduction cost. So that will be 4.2 crores minus 1.076. The answer will be 3.12 crores. Sale comparable indicates a rate of 9,500 rupees per SFT. Subject property has superior corner location with 5% adjustment, but inferior age require -3 adjustment. So the final adjusted rate is equal to, we have the comparable rate of 9,000 rupees per SFT. Okay, this is the comparable one. So here we can just do like this. No. The answer is simply no. Because we have to add sequentially. The adjustment should be added sequentially, not just like this. We cannot club any different parameters on different conditions like that. So the first one is 5% adjustment. Our property is superior, so we have to multiply with 9,500 with 1.05. So we'll get a value. Again, this should be multiplied with inferior value. Do like this. Don't just club the adjustments and do get the answer. So it will be wrong. So the final answer would be how much? So let us just calculate 9,500 into 1.05. How much? So 9975 is the superior rate because our location is good. Our subject properties location is good. So we got a high value. Now we got a problem with age. So there should be reduction from this. How much? 3%. So 9975 into 3% adjustment means 0.97, right? 100 minus 3, 97%. So 97% means 0.97. So 9975 into 0.97. 9,675.75, that means 9676. So this is the correct option. Okay, the answer is 9676 rupees per SFT. Which Which factor most directly increases the property value due to upcoming metro connectivity? We thoroughly discussed in previous sessions. Please refer that. The answer would be economic factor, that is the external factor. Okay. An investor receives fixed rent of 4,80,000 per year for 8 years. The income stream represents level annuity. Sixth one, 36 lakhs rupees is NOA. Capitalization rate is 9%. What is capitalized value? The PV of the property will be net operating income by cap rate. That means 36 lakhs by capitalization rate is 0.09. Right? So this is 400 lakhs. It means 4 crores. So C is the correct answer. Can we just recall the concept once again? What is capitalization rate? Capitalization rate is the comparing return with the investment we put. Okay. If you deposit some 100 rupees in bank, 100 rupees is the deposit, and bank gives 9% interest for you for the deposit. So then every year you will get 9 rupees, right? So what is the capitalization rate? 9 by 100. That is the return percentage on the investment you put for that property. So this is the 9%. This is capitalization. So return on investment. This is the capitalization rate. Percentage. How much percentage the return will be out of the investment you put? That is the capitalization rate. So in this, for the property value, so this is the capitalization rate is return percentage out of the investment. So for getting the investment means investment is a capitalized value. So we have to investment required or present worth is equal to return by cap rate, right? Not just the numericals here. I'm just trying to explain the concept. What is capitalization, what is an investment and all. For explaining you better, here I will try to explain the concept more easily. There is a property A in a commercial zone. Okay, it is generating an income of 9 rupees every year. So the capitalization rate is, the concept of capitalization means the percentage of the return compared to the worth of the property right now. The investment I have to put right now for getting a return of 9 rupees per year. If the cap rate is 9%, that means for every 100 rupees I put for the investment right now, per year I will get 9 rupees return. This is return. This is return percentage subject to the investment I put before. Okay. So in this question he has given 36 lakhs. 9 rupees return. The value would be, capitalized value would be 100 rupees. What is the value of the property, capitalized value of the property for 36 lakhs? 36 lakhs into 100 divided by 9. This will be how much? $400 lakhs, right? 400 lakhs. That means 4 crores. So the same answer we got. So understand the concept. A tenant pays 55 rupees per square feet, while market rent is 70 rupees per square feet. Area is 20,000 square feet. Lease remaining is 4 years. Annual under rent will be. See, the market rent is 70 rupees. Per square feet. Tenant pays how much? 55 rupees. The annual under rent will be. Annual means every per year. So the under rent will be 15 rupees per SFT per month. Annual under rent will be 15 into 12 months, right? Per SFT. Money rupees per SFT. This is the under rent. This is the benefit getting by the leaseholder. Who is getting this 15 rupees into 12 months benefit? Leaseholder, not freeholder. Because the leaseholder is paying under rent. By having market rent of 70 rupees, he is paying just only 55 rupees. So the leaseholder is getting the benefit, right? So for 20,000 SFT, how much? $36 lakhs, right? So the benefit by the per year. Leaseholder will be 36 lakhs per year. This is the correct answer. There are 3 parties, say A, B, C. A is the freeholder. That means he is the owner of the property. B is the leaseholder, lessee. And C is the sublessee. The freeholder A, lesser, he is lesser, right? The lesser A has given property for the lease to B. To how much? 55 rupees. This is 55 rupees. And again, B has given sublease to C for 70 rupees. So, what B will do? He will give 55 rupees directly from 70 rupees to A. So, the profit getting by the B is how much? 15 rupees. So, that is the benefit for the B. Okay. So, this is the concept here. So, let's go to the next question. Yes, use the under rent from question 7. Discount rate is 10%. Leasehold interest or PV of under rent for 4 years. The closest value will be. So, this is what we discussed. So, the benefit by the benefit means net operating, net income, right? Sorry, the question is not so clear. Net income, just understand the concept. Okay. Net income will be 36 lakhs for B, right? The leaseholder. So the lessee get 36 lakhs NOI. This is the NOI per year. Now the question is PV of under rent for 4 years. So this is first year, second year, third year and fourth year. For 4 years, every year annually he will get 36 lakhs rupees per year, right? Every year like this. So what will be the present value on today's date? There will be sequence of payments every year, sequence of returns, not just one return. We have to discount. Anticipating, we have to he's asking the discounted value. Discounted value means, here the PV concept means anticipating the future income of 4 years, for 4 years, anticipating future income of 36 lakhs rupees every year for 4 years. What is the present worth will be? What is the present worth of leasehold interest? Okay, what is the present worth of the property? Not property, it is interest of the leaseholder. How much worth it is for him? Anticipating income of 36 lakhs rupees every year continuously without any interruption for 4 years. Okay. And discount rate 10% means, this 10% concept we have discussed. This is a percentage of return on the investment he put. Okay. This is the percentage of return on the investment he put. In the bank, if you invest 100 rupees, will give 9 rupees every year. This is the percentage. The 9% will be the interest. So here the discount rate will be 10%, means he is getting a return percentage compared to the investment. What is the investment he put? Right now we are going to calculate. So he will get a benefit of 10% every year. Now the return percentage compared to the investment is 10%. Just we have discussed in the previous problem. So we have to calculate the present value of the property. What is the formula for that? PV annuity. This is PV annuity formula, right? What is that? This is PV annuity, or we can call it as years purchase by P. Previously we discussed it. 1 minus 1 plus R whole power minus N by R. Here R is the discount rate. So return rate. Return on investment. He put on the property. This R is the return percentage every year. So 10% is a return percentage. For how many years? For n years. N means 4 years. That means 1 minus 1 plus 0.1 by minus 4 by 0.1. This value will be how much? So after the calculation, we'll get the value of 3.169 rupees. So what is this 3.169 rupees? This is the present value of the property, PV annuity. But we have figures in lakhs. How come this will be 3.169 rupees? This is the concept we have to understand. This 3.169 rupees is the worth of the leaseholder. Worth for the leaseholder, interest for the leaseholder for 1 rupee net operating income every year. Okay. So the concept is, if he gets 1 rupee instead of 36 lakhs, if he get only 1 rupee per year for 4 years continuously at 10% capitalization, the worth of the leaseholder will be 3.169 rupees. So if the annual return is 36 lakhs, simply we have to multiply this with 36 lakhs rupees. The final annuity, final present value of the leaseholder will be 36 lakhs into 3.169. So the answer would be 1.14 crores. So the next question. Plot area is 2000 square meters. Permitted FAR is 3. Maximum build-up area is equal. See here the FAR formula is floor area ratio. FAR means floor area ratio. FAR is equal to gross floor area divided by total plot area. So the gross floor area FAR is given as 3. So gross floor area means maximum build-up area allowed. Right? This is maximum build-up area. The total plot area. Total plot area is 2000 square meters. So the answer will be 3 into. So maximum build-up area means 3 into 2000 means 6000 square meters. Here I have to explain one concept. Suppose there is a building. This is the plot area. So this is the plot. Actually, this is the plot boundary. This is stilt. Stilt it is having cellars and all maybe. Okay. Now these are the floors. Okay. For example, these are the floors image. Now how many slabs we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slabs we have. FAR is calculated on these floors. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not 6 and not the 0 floor. The 0 is the ground level floor. That means stilt floor. Suppose it may be having another floors below the ground level like cellars. Another 2 floors -1 and -2. These will not be considered for calculation of FAR. Only the utility floors. These norms may be changed as per the local bylaws and rules. So only utility floors will be considered. Here the ground floor starts. That means people starts living in, right? People will be there like this. They use this floor just above the parking level, stills level. But they do not reside in the cellar levels and all. So this is entire constructed slab area we have to calculate, including balconies and everything. There will not be any deductions, including cantilevers and all. The constructed entire slab area for this slab onwards, where people starts living, people rest, people stand, people sit and everything. That is the first utility slab, right? Though these are only facility floors. The parking, cellars are facility floors provided by the promoter or builder. Now, this is the second slab. This also will be utilized, right? And a third one, fourth one, fifth one, whatever the sixth one. Sixth one is the open roof, right? It is open to sky. The open to sky spaces are not considered because it is also facility to cover the roof. People do not live there. The utility floors are only 5. So the 5, imagine each floor carries 3000, 2000 SFT. Sorry, each floor carries 1500 SFT, for example. So we have total build-up area will be for each floor 1500 into how many slabs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 slabs. So this will be this is not with respect to question I am saying, just for example I am telling. This is 7500. The FAR comes into picture here. Whatever the plot, if the plot is small, the construction owner or the builder should not be allowed deeper constructions to be below ground level or higher construction, high-rise buildings like that. There should be a scale, right? There should be a scale to factor it according to the plot size and according to the proposed build-up area. That is what FAR comes into picture, FAR. FAR comes into picture. That is maximum build-up area allowed by plot area. So the maximum build-up area allowed will be how much? FAR into plot area. For better understanding, imagine this plot. In this example we discussed, plot area will be 400 square yards. That means 3600 SFT. This is the plot area. So what will be the maximum build-up area allowed? Build-up area allowed will be 3600 SFT into, right, FAR given is 3 as per the zone regulations even. So the answer will be how much? 3600 into 3, 10,800 SFT is the maximum build-up area allowed here. This is the maximum build-up area. You may get a doubt of having with 400 square yards, you will not be allowed for cellars and all. Ignore all that. Just for examples, I am telling. These facility floors are not considered in calculation of maximum build-up area. For that only. So consider, suppose for having steel floor and another 5 floors. So we will get only 5 slabs. 5 utility floors are allowed. But here we got the 10,800 SFT of the maximum build-up area. So here, as per the FAR, another floors are allowed. That means additional floors. We just calculated 10,800, right? We got now after deduction of 7,500. This 3,300. Another 3,300 floors are allowed. That means another 2 floors are allowed as per the zone regulations. If it is a congested area like metro cities and all, FAR will be more. Only FAR 2 here. How much it will be? 3,600 into 2. 7,200. 7,200 is the only allowed maximum build-up area, SFT. That means additionally we already got 300 excess. For that we have to go for regularization. Okay. This is the concept of FAR. In later examples we will explain more clearly. So let's go to the next question. Which is not included in bundle of rights of real property? Right to possess, right to encumber, right to pollute, right to transfer. Right to pollute. A 12% rate per 6 years of ES purchase is closest to. So IP will be minus 1 plus R whole power minus N by R. It means 1 minus 1 plus 0.12 divided by minus 6 whole to the whole power of minus 6 by 0.1. This will be 4.11 rupees. So this is the correct answer. A sinking fund is used for obtaining regular income, recovering capital for replacement, calculation of tax deduction, mortgage loan payoff, recovering for replacement. Value at which property exchanges between willing buyer and seller without compulsion is which value? This is one arm's length transaction, right? Market value. Which expense is not deducted to compute NOA? Capital expenditure. See, capital expenditure generally not deducted when calculating net operating incomes because they are considered investments in the property rather than ongoing operational cost, overheads and all. NOA includes only operating expenses like property taxes, repairs, maintenance and insurance. A building with total life of 60 years is currently 18 years old. What is age life depreciation? It is 18 by 60. Age by total life, right? The answer would be C, 30%. Which ownership from form automatically passes to share to surviving owners? Tenancy in common, joint tenancy, absolute ownership, leasehold. In sessions previously we discussed it. The answer would be joint tenancy. Joint tenancy includes the right of survivorship. Upon the death of the joint tenant, one joint tenant, their interest automatically passes to the surviving joint tenant. So there is no any transfer of property to the successors of the person who passed already. Now let me explain what is tenancy in common actually. Each owner holds distinct share which does not automatically pass to the owners upon death. If any person passes, the share does not automatically pass to the other owners upon the death. It becomes part of their estate and that it is transferred according to the will or succession laws. The successors of the person who is already died will get the share, but not the remaining owners. This is tenancy in common. Joint tenancy was discussed. The property will pass to the remaining owners. Okay, the share will pass to the remaining owners. Absolute ownership is actually, it is property, if the property is owned entirely by one person or entity, there is no any survivorship element because there is no co-owner. Okay. Leasehold we know this refers to the tenant's right to occupy property for lease term, not an ownership actually. It is a leasehold interest in the land, and at the end of the lease the right reverts to the landlord. That means freeholder. That means lessor. Okay. It does not involve any automatic transfer to another person upon death, something like that. Question number 17, case study. Income approach. Commercial building generates net operating income of 52 lakh per year. Reversionary NOI after 3 years is 70 lakhs per year. Discount rate is 10%. Capitalized value of initial NOI using 10% return. The options given are A, B, C, D like this. So previously we discussed what is capitalization rate. What is capitalization rate? It is a percentage of return with respect to the investment. Right? So in other words, we can say NOI by the property value. This is the capitalization rate. Here we got the capitalization rate. That means every year he will get 10%. 10% return upon the investment. So what will be the present value? EV will be NOI by cap rate. That means, so capitalized value of initial NOI. Initial NOI is how much? 52 lakhs. 52 lakhs by cap rate is 0.1. That means 520 lakhs. That means 5.2 crores. Right? This is the correct answer. So this question is PV of reversionary NOI after 3 years. Reversionary NOI we got is 78 lakhs per year. Reversionary NOI means this is the market value after 3 years. This is the market value after 3 years. So the lessor will give the lease if he wants for 78 lakhs rupees per year. That means the reversionary NOI. Okay. The trend will be higher compared to now. So the reversionary NOI after 3 years will be so the question is PV of reversionary NOI after 3 years. Present value is asking. Present value. How can we get a value right now? Anticipating the future value. That is what discount value. I will take a separate session on compound interest. The discounted value will be the PV, right? So, for example, for instance, if I invest 100 rupees in bank for 3 years, how much I will get? Say consider 9% or 10% capitalization rate of return. Simple formula, right? 1 plus R whole power N into PV, future value. Future value will be 1 plus R whole power N into present value. So what will be the future value? Then 1 plus R means 0.1 whole power 3 into 100 rupees. 1.33 into 100. That means 133 rupees I will get after 3 years. So what is the present value here? Present value will be future value by 1 plus R whole power N. Right? So I have future value. How much? 78 lakhs per year. So how to get this present value? PV equal to future value into 1 plus R whole power n. This is reverse compounding, right? So the value would be 78 lakhs divided by 1 plus 0.1 whole power 3. That means 78 by 1.331 lakhs. That means 58.6 lakhs. So this is the present value of the property anticipating the future return, future value of 78 lakhs. So we have discounted. We have reverse compounded. Okay. So the correct answer is 58 lakhs. Total value using income approach. The options given are PV of existing, PV of reversion, plus PV of reversion, cost plus market, NY into life, market sale price. The correct option is PV existing plus PV reversion. Which feature directly reduces operational cost? Reflective paints, low fixtures, solar rooftop, all the above, all the above. Why? Because reflective paints reduce cooling cost, right? Air conditions and may not be operated more frequently. So reflected paints gives cooling effect to the building, so it saves energy. So this is correct. And low flow fixtures. So that means low water consumption and reduces water bills and it saves water and all, right? And solar rooftop. Obviously, it cuts electricity expenses by generating on-site power. Okay. So all the above option is the correct answer. A property generates gross annual rent of 42 lakhs. Vacancy and collection loss is 4%. Operating expenses are 22% of EGI. Ancillary income is 1,20,000. So what is the NY? EGI means effective gross income. What is ancillary income? Additional income. Ancillary income means additional income from property besides primary rent, like parking fees, laundry, and something like that. See, in the question, if you understand, there are two concepts. One is income, another is expense. Right? First calculate income only, and then calculate expense only, and deduct from this. Okay, you have to minus this. Income minus expense will give NY. Gross annual rent is 42 lakhs initially, right? So in this we have to deduct the collection loss. Okay, don't go for expenses right now. So deduct 4% out of it. He has given vacancy and collection loss. Okay, so after deducting 4% from the 42 lakhs, we get 42 lakhs minus 1,68,000. That means 40 lakhs 32,000 is the amount we received after vacancy loss. not the net operating income. Okay. So now add. So now we are on income concept only. Don't get hurry and go to the expenses. Now add income. More income. We already got an income factor also here. Ancillary income. There is additional income. Add to this 1,20,000. So the total income will be effective gross income. Right? This is EGI. EGI. EGI will be how much? 41 lakhs 52,000. So the EGI is now to get the net operating income. Now let's come to expenses. Operating expenses are 22% of EGI. So deduct 22%. Get NOA simply. That means 41 lakhs 52,000 into 22, direct 22%. That means how much? 78, right? 0.78. So the NOA will be 32 lakhs 38,560. So this is the correct answer. A tenant pays 2 lakhs per month under long-term lease. Market rent for similar units is 2,60,000 per month. Lease remaining is 5 years. Discount rate is 10%. What is the leasehold benefit per year? Just as I explained in the previous examples, he is getting 60,000 rupees direct benefit, right, per month. So he is asking per year. 60,000 into 12. That means 7,20,000 per year. So that is the answer simply. Don't go for any deeper calculations. That's why focus on question. Don't get diverted in this is the additional data he has given, but nothing to do with the question he has given. We have to understand that. If the NOI is projected to increase 3% each year, which valuation approach is appropriate? The correct answer would be DCF, discounted cash flow. The concept of straight capitalization assumes that there will not be any growth in NOA. So this option is wrong. So discounted cash flow. It projects annual cash flows or holding period. Applies annual growth. Discounts each year's cash flow to present value. So adds reversion value. Okay. So directly accommodates varying income like 3% annual growth and all. Appropriate for this scenario. So this DCF is the correct answer. Cost approach. This is based on land value plus depreciated replacement cost of improvements. Used for special properties like schools. Indexed comparison approach. Adjust comparable sale prices using indices as per the market trends. Often used for the mass appraisal or market comparison, not for the income growth modeling. A building earns 10 lakh per year. And it is stable forever. Every year we will get 10 lakh per year. So market cap is 8%. So value would be how much? Present value of the property. NOI will be 10 lakh by 0.08, right? This is 1.25 crore. So in this concept, it is straight capitalization. Here I ignored the future growth of the net operating income. Okay. Now the second one. If there is a growth in the same example, if there is 3% growth, say every year, there is 3% growth every year. How to do it? In the initial example, the straight line capitalization, there will not be any growth per year in the return of NOI, net operating income. But if there is a growth every year, 3% per year growth on net operating income. This is practical scenario actually. So how to calculate it? So NOI is 10 lakh. I will delete this. So NOI is 3 lakhs, 10 lakhs, sorry, right? 10 lakh per year with 3% growth per year. And discount rate is 10%. So how to calculate right now? So year 1 we get 10.3 lakhs, right? Year 2 we get again on 10.3 we have to calculate 3%, right? That means 10.3 into 1.03, that means 10.609. Year 3 we'll get again on this 1.03, 10.927. lakhs. So accordingly we got all the NOIs every year. Now individually we have to discount each year's NOI to the present values by forming a table. Okay, so we'll deal in a separate session regarding DCF with a clear-cut example. Okay, building has excellent structure but has no lift, low lobby height, and outdated parking layout. This is an example of which obsolescence? Functional. And we discussed previously, functional there are two, curable and incurable. There is no lift means the project is feasible to add facility of lift, it is curable obsolescence, curable functional obsolescence. But the lobby height cannot be rectified, right? It is once constructed, it is constructed. So that is not incurable, that is incurable obsolescence. So all these combinedly called as functional obsolescence. A tenant who continues after expiry of lease period with landlord's acceptance of rent becomes tenant holding over. See, when a lease expires but the tenant stays and the landlord accepts the rent, it creates a tenancy holding over, also called month-to-month tenancy or tenancy at will by implication. This is not a trespass because landlord's acceptance of rent implies consent. Tenant at sufferance. When the tenant stays after lease ends without landlord's consent, that usually without rent being accepted. That is tenant at sufferance. Okay. License mere permission to occupy without exclusive possession of rights. Trespasser has no lawful right to be on the property. It is completely available. So the answer would be tenant holding over. So that's all for today's session. We'll meet again in session 4D. With that, we will complete session 4. Thank you. Goodbye.